Boys, today we are back and it is officially UFC 325 fight day, and I'm going to go through my UFC 325 fight night predictions. Now, I dropped, actual picks and predictions, for every fight earlier this week, but I did this for last week, 324. The day of the fights, I'm going to drop like lock of the card, fight of the night prediction, underdog of the night, worst fight of the night, stuff like that. So in this video, we're going to go over that for UFC 325, Volk versus Lopez 2. It's tonight, and I'm not going to lie, I had a lot more hype for 324 than I do for this weekend for tonight. But I'm only really excited for the last three fights. Rufi versus Fiziev, Hooker versus BSC, and then Volk Lopez. And I'm not even that excited for Volk Lopez because Volk's probably going to stink it up, but let's go Lopez, please win. Anyway, let's get right into it. These are my official 325 fight night predictions. Starting off, lock of the card, I do have Quillen Salkilled over Jamie Malarkey as the lock of the card. I predicted Sal killed by first round TKO. If he doesn't get that, I think it does go to a decision because Jamie Malarkey, he is tough. He does have grit, but I think Quillen Salkilled can get him out of there. Rufi got him out of there. And I know Rufi and Salkilled aren't the same, but they're both slick strikers. Obviously, Rufi's a little more skilled and slick, but yeah, I think Quillen can get Malarkey out of there, but if not, I think he wins a decision, 30-27. This is easily the lock of the card. Yeah, there's no way he loses. Jamie Malarkey's not UFC level. I think he won one of his not his last fight, but the fight before, so that kept him in the UFC. He was on a 3-fight skid before that. He's not top level anymore. He's just a can. And yeah, this was supposed to be Quillen Salkilled versus someone else. He was a Chinese guy. I don't remember his name. But Malarkey stepped in short notice. Yeah, not too much. I don't have to say too much about this. Lock of the card, easy. Quillen Salkilled over Jamie Malarkey. Moving on. Fight of the night prediction. I'm going to go fight of the night, Rufi versus Fiziev. I think this is going to be a banger. Rufi, obviously, slick striking. Coming off a loss, I think he's going to have a lot to prove. Fiziev, also, not coming off a loss, but like a little, a mid-fight versus Ignacio Bahamondes. Not the most exciting, but we have two strikers. No one's going to be shooting for takedowns. Also, although I could see Fiziev potentially shooting on Rufi, potentially, but I don't think he will. Two strikers, I think they're going to go at it. And I did predict Rufi. I think I predicted him by decision. I don't think there's going to be a KO in this fight. That's why I think it'll be fight of the night. Although Rufi, they both have decent power. I think Rufi has a little bit more power. Fiziev's power is a little overrated. I've heard a lot of people say that, and I do agree. He's never really put anyone out except Renato Moicano, and that was a long time ago. And I think that was Moicano's first fight back up at 155. And Moicano just is terrible, so that doesn't really count. But yeah, I think Rufi has a little bit more punching power. His kicks are amazing. Fiziev's kicks are amazing. I think this is going to go the distance, and I think that's why it'll be fight of the night. I think it'll be back and forth. Give me Rufi by 29-28 decision. I think that's what I predicted and what I'm going to go with. So fight of the night, Fiziev versus Rufi. Don't have to say too much on this either. Both strikers, both like to go for it. So give me this as the fight of the night. And this is a lock, bro. This is a lock. All right, moving on. Performance of the night, give me Cam Rouston over Cody Brundage. Now, I honestly think Cam Rouston's a little overrated. I don't think he'll be a top level guy. I don't know if he'll even get to the rankings, but this is a favorable matchup. Cody Brundage is awful. We all know this. He's terrible. I'm not sure how he's in the UFC still. If Cam Rouston finishes him I think he will, please cut Cody Brundage. It sucks. This guy was on the main card of UFC 300, bro. Who remembers that shit? Bo Nickel versus this guy, UFC 300. Main card. We had to pay to watch fucking Cody Brundage versus Bo Nickel, bro. Anyway, that's a topic for another day, but I think this will be performance of the night. I think Rouston, the range, he has huge, he has long ass arms, long ass legs. I think he'll use the range on Brundage, and I think he'll get Brundage out of there in the first round. And if not, if it goes longer, I think he will put a beating on Cody Brundage. Like I said, I'm not too high on Cam Rouston, and he also had one of the worst fucking post-fight callouts ever in his last fight, so the guy's a cringe ball, he's a cornball, he's corny as hell, but I think he will use the range. I think he'll piece up Brundage when Brundage tries to, come in. Maybe a knee up the middle as Brundage tries to shoot in. I'm not too sure on if Cam Rouston throws a lot of knees, but I'm not too high on him, but I could see him getting an easy finish over Cody Brundage, who is awful at fighting. So yeah. Performance of the night, I think they're going to give it to a hometown guy, and I know they usually give more than one, but I'm just going to go with one here. And the performance of the night, prediction will go to Cam Roaston. Now, moving on. Underdog of the card. You all know, if you've been watching my videos, that I'm picking Diego Lopez. I initially picked him by KO in my prediction video, by second round KO, but I made a video, I had an epiphany, something came to me in my mind that said, Diego Lopez is going to finish Volk by submission, and that's what I think will happen. Give me Diego Lopez by submission to become the new featherweight champion. He is the underdog of the card. I think you can get him at some places almost plus 200. Last time I checked, he was like plus 170, so he's not a big favorite, which is kind of crazy since Volkanovski won 4 rounds off in the last fight. You would think Volk would be at least a minus 200 favorite, but he's not. And you'd think Diego Lopez would be plus 200, but he's not either. So, but anyway, Diego Lopez, I think he's going to go out there. I think he's going to back Volkanovski up. He's going to know how to fucking cut off the cage this time and, have decent footwork. Volkanovski was schooling him in the IQ department in that last fight. Like the footwork, the evading his strikes in and out. Like Volkanovski he worked him last fight. Even though it was boring, he worked him. Only Lopez made that fight, entertaining. I got a lot of comments on that Volkanovski's boring video. Like people are going after me, like going at my head about saying Volkanovski's boring. Like I said his IQ and skill is top tier. Like it's one of the best, top 20 ever, skill and IQ. I'm talking about boring, and like this guy was like saying like, bro, if you knew the technique, the special techniques, he's not, bro. Alexander Volkanovski's boring as fuck. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. The guy's boring as shit. All these little weirdos in my comments saying, like, coming after me after I said Volk was boring. Like, damn, bro. Like, go watch fucking boxing if you want to watch boring-ass point fighting and moving around the cage. Like, we want to see scraps here, bro. Like, we want to see fucking Paddy versus Gaethje. Like, obviously, Paddy versus Gaethje wasn't high level. Obviously, Volkanovski's more high level than those guys. But that fight was way more exciting than whatever this fight's going to be, all right? Hopefully, I'm eating my words here and they put on a fucking scrap like Gaethje and Pimlet last week, but I don't think that's going to happen. But anyway, people are going after me, but I don't fuck them. So, underdog of the card, give me Diego Lopez by submission. I think he will submit Alexander Volkanovski and become the new featherweight champion and save the featherweight division. Him versus Murphy would be a banger fight. Him versus Evloev 2 would be a banger fight. Him versus Gene Silva rematch would be absolutely insane. So there's a lot of good matchups for Lopez. I think he can get it done. Give me Diego by submission. This could be one of the worst picks of all time. This could be the absolute dumbass pick of the year. But I'm riding with it. That's what I feel deep down in my heart. So I'm going with it. All right. Moving on. Worst fight of the night. This is the last one I will talk about. Worst fight of the night predictions. Now, in my last video when I did of UFC 324, I had the worst fight of the night as Ty Miller versus Adam Fuggett, which ended up being a decent little scrap. I also had Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas on there. I was like, because obviously the women's fights are going to be more boring. So I was pretty much right. But I did say Ty Miller fight would be boring and it wasn't. So. But worst fight of the night prediction, I mean, this one's obvious, boys. Jacob Malkoun versus Torres Finney is going to stink up this fucking card. There's no way a finish happens in this fight. We're going to get a 15-minute hold against the, fence fight. So Malkoun, he did KO someone with his hip. That was him, so that was pretty cool to see. But other than that, yeah, Malkoun just going to go hold him up against the fence. Torres Finney going to scrap it out against the fence, land a lot of foot stomps, land a lot of knees to the thigh. What else is going to happen? Maybe some pitter-pat shots up against the cage. Maybe some forearm, elbows to the forearm or something. I could see Malkoun, landing like a leg kick or two in the entire fight, but trying to go for that takedown, holding Finney's legs on for dear life, trying to go for singles, doubles, not getting them and just holding up against the cage. Like, this fight is going to be absolutely shit. Like, these guys are going to go to war in the most worst possible way. These guys are going to go to, fence war. Like, these guys are going to be, seeing who can hold each other up against the fence the most. And it will be the most boring fight of the night. And I think this will go down as one of the most boring fights of all time. Both of these guys should be cut. There's no way Torres Finney should be in the UFC. There's no way Jacob Malkoun should be in the UFC. And who just got cut? Oh, yeah. Martin Buday got cut after winning against Marcus Buchecha after Buchecha just tried to hug his legs the whole time. So I could see a Torres Finney or a Jacob Malkoun, even if they win, I could see them getting cut. Yeah, if it's a stinker and one of them wins by stinker, I could see them getting cut. If one of them loses, just cut the loser, man. Just please cut the loser. Neither of these guys are top level. They're the most boring, two of the most boring guys. And people know about Finney. Like, people know Finney's like really boring. Like, that's the meme. They all know Finney's terrible. It's real ball knowledge if you know Malkoun. Malkoun is genuinely awful. All he does is hold people. He has no striking ability. So if you know ball like I do, you know Jacob Malkoun's just as bad as Torres Finney. So This will be the worst fight of the night. Put your money down to, this is going to decision. There's no way there's a finish. This fight will be god awful. And yeah, boys, that's it. That's for my fight of the night predictions. I will be doing a recap video tomorrow. Fights to make, all that. I hope you guys are excited for the card tonight. I'm excited, just not as much as 324, but I'm still excited for fights. Back-to-back pay-per-views. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.